everybody, and welcome back to Sonoket Gaming. I'm Sonoket. So, March has been kind of a crazy month. I had the biggest channel growth I've ever seen. You guys are commenting non-stop, everyone's enjoying the videos. I started some new series, but I thought what I would do is I would wrap all that up in a little quick bow and do a short video on the top 5 best games that I played in March. Now, there's a really important part of this that maybe you all just glanced over right there. This is going to be the top 5 best games that I played, not that came out, not that were released, that I played. So this is only encompassing the 30 or so plus games that I played through March and did videos on, okay? So now that we know that, let's move on to like the top 5 best games that I played this month. So number 5 on our list comes in the form of a really interesting puzzle game that used light and shadow. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the game is called Iris Fall. Now, Iris Fall is a really interesting take on a kind of puzzle platformer that uses light and shadow mechanics for you to move around the stage. You often have to bend the environment, shift shadows, turn on lights, and you can actually move into these shadow realms and these different areas. The puzzles themselves, while I didn't get super far into the game, were already fairly challenging and very interesting. And the art style and design, while definitely very gray and dark, really works well for this kind of game. It actually even looked like cel-shaded maybe. And it has one of those effects as well, or at least it did for me. Every time I would solve these puzzles that were slightly tougher, I would go, oh my god, that's so cool! Just with the effects and the art design and everything, this game was very, very cool. I enjoyed playing it. Really top-notch game. So our 4th game on this list comes in the form of a little action-adventure game called Goodnight Night. And I am such a sucker for A Link to the Past in general that's why I think I have this so highly marked. One of the best parts of this game is the writing. The writing is just so clever and so well done. They hit on tons of different cliches, tons of different tropes, and they just mix it in with a comedic flow that just kept me laughing and giggling the entire time that I was playing this game. It definitely does not take itself seriously at all, and that's probably one of the best parts of it. The combat in this game is definitely not perfect. There is a little bit of a delay between when you're pressing the controller button to attack and when your guy's actually swinging. You have a field of vision, which is really interesting. Enemies will hide around corners. If you're not careful, you'll walk around a corner right into an enemy. I know that this caused me to die a number of times when I was playing the game. Just a lot of fun to play, especially if you enjoyed the old like SNES, those kinds of games on eras past. Moving on. Alright, so moving on to the 3rd game on this list. My 3rd game is gonna have to go to a game called Super Inefficient Golf. Now, at first, when I had picked up this game, I really thought that this was gonna be a very silly, just not worth your time kind of a game. And it turns out that this game is actually insanely fun, and it's very creative, very unique. I've never seen anything like it. Basically, the idea is that you attach a bunch of mines to a golf ball and try to blow your ball into the hole. It's not like a regular golf game where you have like a putter and you know, all of these regular golf clubs. You have to literally explode your ball into the finish line. And it's so strange and unique and fun and just chaotic that all in all, it wraps itself up into like this amazing package of, you think that it's just, okay, well, I'm gonna play this for a couple matches and it's just whatever, but you get addicted to trying to get your ball into, you know, to the goal because it's actually really challenging. You have to use each of the different mines on your ball in different stages. Sometimes to, you know, the first set will launch your ball way up high in the air just to get yourself going, and then you wait and wait and wait 5 seconds, and then you detonate the second stages of mines, which pushes your ball forward at exactly the right angle, and it just feels so good when you finally nail that shot you've been trying to get, especially in one go, that it's just very satisfying. And again, just a new, weird, interesting take on a golf game. I don't think I need to say anything else about it. It's just insanity. You should just try it. It's cheap and it's fun, and what more could you really want in a game like that? Alright, coming up to number 2 on our list. We're getting there, we're almost there at number 1. Number 2 was a game that I had never even heard of. I didn't know that it was coming out, I didn't know anything about it. It's called God's Trigger. So this game is basically Hotline Miami, except you have multiple characters, you have an RPG system, and it's just so crazy and chaotic that it sets itself apart really, really nicely from any of those other top-down shooters that you've already played before. The RPG elements are fairly deep. You can customize your abilities between plays. You can change the way your character plays entirely by, say, making some of your special abilities fire faster or do more damage or have a larger area of effect. Both characters you can play as. One character uses a sword, one character uses a whip, play completely differently. So based on your play style, you're going to be able to choose and customize really how you want to play the game, which is a very interesting take on this. Plus, all the different weapons and things you can pick up on your adventure as you go. It just adds to the chaos and the absolute insanity of this game. So it was really a treat while I was able to play it. Highly recommended. Now, the #1 game that I recommend for March, my favorite game, here we go. So my absolute favorite game for March that I was able to play, and I'm so happy that I was able to, it's a game called Relic Hunter's Legend. Now, this game really, really surprised me because at first it looked so cartoonish and silly that I didn't think I was going to get behind it. But to my very delightful surprise, it's actually a really intense arcade shooter that is, by the way, going to be free to play. This game is coming out for free when it releases. You're going to be able to play, I believe, 4-player co-op. If not 4, then definitely 2. But again, I believe it's 4-player co-op. The game itself is pretty simple and straightforward. You'll pick up different weapons throughout the game. You have different armors and different collectibles and things like that. So as you're playing, your style's going to change because, you know, whether you're using a shotgun or an SMG or a pistol, they all have stats. There's a lot of deep RPG elements in this because all of your guns and armor are going to be changing all the time. It's tough as nails. Every single stage is going to be very different. There are bosses and all these different monsters you're dealing with all the time. Just honestly a fun time. And the fact that this game is going to be free to play boggles my mind. The game is just a ton of fun. Now, we're trying to keep these short, and I know that we've been moving pretty quickly through these and everything, but that was my top 5 list. So that was it. That was the top 5 best games in March that I played. Hopefully you got something out of it. I just wanted to make a quick recap for this. I thought it would be useful, interesting, helpful to anyone maybe who's new to the channel, or maybe you wanted a refresher. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to wrap March up with kind of the best. March was a good month for us, and it's looking honestly to be that the next months are even going to be better than this. Again, like I said in the beginning, the channel's only kind of growing. It's only exploding. And that's thanks to a lot of you guys who are here watching Adam and all the different Let's Plays, watching the first 30s, watching Lost on Steams. It's fun to make all these videos, which is why I've been doing it. And I don't have any plans on stopping anytime soon. By the way, we've been sitting on this page, Sonoket's Lost Games. If you want to keep up with all the games that I've been doing, all the games that I look at and review and stuff, you know, if you want to, go ahead and do it. If not, no hard feelings here. Anyway, we're going to wrap up. That was the top 5 of March. March was a good month. Let me know what you guys thought your favorite games were, or your maybe not so favorites, down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought. You know that I enjoy talking to you guys about this kind of stuff. I always keep the conversations open. Hit me up there on social. It's really up to you. I don't judge. You want to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, whatever? It's up to you guys. I just throw it all out there, and then you guys do whatever you want to do with it. Anyway, until next time, as always, burn bright, everybody.